Welcome to the 2022 CSI Predator U.S. Pro Billiard Series. This is the Arcadia Arizona Open, being held at the beautiful Casino del Sol in Tucson, Arizona. This is the first of 6 events scheduled for 2022, and we have a full field of players. $75,000 prize fund. The CSI Predator Pro Billiard Series has a total prize fund of $750,000 for the season. These events are held alongside the CSI State Championships in Arizona, Wisconsin, Las Vegas, Michigan, Ohio, Puerto Rico, with hundreds of BCA and USA Pro League members in attendance to mix with the pros and be the greatest audience. Game is 10 ball, and you have Jonas SOUTO from Spain versus Alvin from Austria. This is a one-loss side match, and players are fighting for their tournament life. The one that wins will go into the final 16. George Teachea here with Mark White.
Hello, I'm back. You've been flirting with somebody else, I've heard.
I cheated on you, dude. Okay?
I heard. I did hear, but I cheated on the same person.
Yeah, that's right. He gets around.
Yeah, so he made the 6 off the break. Jonas?
We're talking about Tony Robles, who did commentary with Mark White previously, and then myself just recently, the last match. Jonas plays a safety on the one ball. He might be able to see it if he has a window.
Yeah, he hasn't got that. Just looked
window,
down the line, George.
Yep.
He's got a window through to the rail to kick it if he wants.
Okay, yeah, he does. And into the 10. Well, this is experience and youth. You have a 20-year-old Jonas SOUTO. Comino is his full name, but he just goes by Jonas SOUTO, as you can tell by his back of his shirt. And Alvin, who's been quite the Euro leader, player, Mosconi Cup, you name it. He's done it, and done it extremely well. He ranks 54 in this Pro Series ranking, but he only played one event, which was got 17th in Las Vegas and earned a whole $750. His opponent ranks higher in the Pro Series events, but he played more events, and we'll get to that when he's up. Meanwhile, two rail kick, and I think he was hoping to get some contact by a ball to send it over.
Yeah. First chance, real chance then to Jonas SOUTO. He's actually from the party island of Ibiza. Now, will he be celebrating later on? We're going to find out very soon, George.
Okay. Well, he defeated Adam Cisneros and then Daniel Schneider, and then just lost to Chris Reinhold, and now he has to win this match to fall into the final 16, or to earn his way to the final 16. He lost the match that I kind of recommend. If you're going to lose that one. It's only one more loss. You have to win one match to get back into the final 16. Two-stage tournament. And
he struck this really well. Where is the cue ball going?
My.
Oh, he's hooked himself by the point. Well, I suppose you could say it's better than going in the drink. Not much, but it's a little bit better. Yeah, at least he's got the chance to hit it. He's
going to be hard-pressed to hit this. If he tries to masse it, the cloth is too slippery. Wow. He is going to be very hard-pressed. The two-railer.
Do you know what? I watched exactly the same shot. He was practicing with Roberto Gomez a little bit earlier on, and he's going to go through it. This is exactly the shot that Roberto Gomez played, and they were laughing about it, and he's playing exactly the same shot. Oh, and he's... Well, there's the second time foul that I can remember this tournament, George.
Third. There was two. Yeah, well, the same player got 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's the second player to make a time foul. That was perfect.
Wow.
Surprised me. He had to spin that ball a lot. There was a decent chance of making a hit on that ball, but he had to spin it quite a bit.
Our timekeeper, Tyler Reynolds, busy at work. I've heard lots of beeps. I've had a little bit of time off, but I still heard the beeps. Working very hard. He was trying to teach me how to use that machine.
Oh, you're better off in here.
I'm better off in here. I haven't got to press any buttons. Don't let me near any buttons, George.
Well, you do have your phone, so. This is 2 races to 4. If they tie, they go to a shootout.
Wow.
3-foul rule in effect.
Wow.
That went in, went out, didn't it? He's going to get behind this 8-ball. Look at this.
Oh, a little bit of luck.
10-ball counts on the break. 10-ball combos are a win. They're both a win. We are sponsored by Alpha Crypto Coins, Kamui, Seabird's Billiard Supplies with Seabirds.com. They've got everything in life. Nice hit. Well, he hit it. He's not giving up ball in hand, but at least he's got to make a shot to get to the 4.
Alvin has literally just come off another outside table. I think he beat Dave Watson, I think was the player he beat in the last
Joshua
round.
Watson.
Joshua Watson.
Yeah, he lost to Mario He. He beat a good player in BJ Usury, Guido Baden, and Joshua Watson to get to this match right here. So he's had 4 matches. This is his 5th. You would think by this time he's accustomed to the tables. He did play on this table the opening match, I believe it was, against Mario He, and lost it here. No, it was the 1 o'clock match.
Just got the angle, I think, here. Just punch past the line for 7. It's okay. He's just going to tease this up a little bit, maybe use a little bit of right-hand English George, or will he come round a little bit? What do you think he's going to do here?
He's just going to come forward and get on the 8-ball. Just off a little bit. Right, he's going to go all the way around. He had more angle. Thought he might just go to the rail and come straight back out again with a little bit of right English. But this gave him a much better line, actually. You can see he likes line shape. He went 3 rails to get on this ball from this angle for sure, so he can roll to the rail and get on the 9.
Here's the extension for his cue.
It looks like he has an angle to stun to the rail, does he not?
I think he can draw behind it, can't he? Lead the 9 into the same pocket.
He can. I think he just goes over though, just like that.
Yeah, just over. Keep it simple.
Mm-hmm.
The old KISS principle.
And look at the nice angle he got
stupid.
on this to get to the 10. It's a very, very nice angle to stay perfect on this 10. Opening rack. Alvin's looking at the straight-in 10-ball for the first game in a race to 4.
In it goes. And first time I met Alvin, I was surprised at how short he was. He's not the tallest of guys, is he?
Well, you're not any taller.
I'm not on about my height. I'm talking about that guy over there.
But to call him short.
But you know, I always think people look taller than they are on TV. I mean,
okay.
I'm never on TV, so it doesn't matter.
Ah, gotcha. Well, they also say it adds 5 or 10 pounds, right? I don't know.
I tell you what, he could do with 5 or 10 pounds more. He's really slim as well, isn't he? Alvin keeps himself fit.
Well, Alvin to break the balls here. John Lehman, our head referee, tournament director, racking the balls with the Predator rack on this Predator, brand new Predator table. It's seen 3 days of use now. It's a 1-piece slate.
Can't believe
Lights
how
on
quick
the
he's
bottom. They can be changed. You know, gives us some decorative value. They're just decorative. Breaking from the center, probably playing the 4, 6 to the side pockets, sending the cue ball in the middle of the table. Classic 10-ball break. The 4 goes 1 rail to the corner. The 6 went straight up table, and the 5 finds its way to the corner pocket. And I wouldn't blame him for banking this ball to the corner pocket and holding behind the 6-10 with position on the deuce. It's a great 2-way shot.
Yeah, not a bad call, that. Can he get the angle for the 2, George?
Yes.
Do you think?
Oh, yeah. He can hit this with just a little bit of center, come over to the left of the one ball, send it down, and kind of line up the 6-10-1.
He's going thin. He's going thin.
He's
not
so he's playing
interested.
safe.
He's not interested in that, in the pot.
He's playing safe behind these balls. And he found the 6.
I don't mind that shot, actually.
I like to be aggressive, and they like to be smart and safe.
$25,000 first prize on offer here. And there's also a lot of prize money on offer, I can tell you, over the other side of the arena for the Arizona State Championships. I just went up to the tournament desk during my time off. Oh, that's a long way away. And I'm talking to the young lady behind the desk, and she was telling me there's almost 500 players over there. They've been playing all year for the chance to play here in their leagues and stuff. And there's around $40,000 total prize money.
I'm going to give a shout out here. And my nephew, Ricky Tejea, and Hugo Villanueva won the Scotch Doubles Championship.
How much did they win? And are they going to take us out to dinner?
No, they're not going to take us anywhere.
I'm not interested then.
Keep in mind, folks, this is on the one-loss side. The loser goes home. The winner moves on to the final 16, and there'll be a redraw where it will be single elimination from there on. They are holding the Arizona State Championships right in the same hall as this U.S. Predator Pro Billiard Series. And we have amateurs galore mixing with the pros. I'll tell you how good it was for these amateurs. We had an amateur last night, or night before last, that played Scotch doubles with Fedor Gorst. How much do you learn doing that?
Yeah, Alvin just
practicing.
Alvin just trying to work out a route to the 4 here. 10's in the way of the shot he'd love to play. And the 6 and the 7 are causing a problem the other side. So he's got to judge this pretty well. And we're taking it a long while ago if it was simple.
He wanted to come up at least to the diamond. Preferably to where his chalk was.
You could see George, his pre-shot routine, and he's thinking a long time about that. It may have looked simple to a lot of people, you know, watching, if you're not used to playing to this level, you know. It wasn't as easy. The pot was easy. It was getting the position that was difficult.
Yeah, the position, the speed was everything there. He didn't have an angle to come in. Look how nicely this came out.
A lovely little bump into the 6 and the 7. Left him perfect. He's going to take the second rack here.
The young Spaniard gives him a little bit of a look as he walks by.
He's one of the 3 amigos, Mr. SOUTO.
Well, they travel together a lot. I met them actually at Griff's. He was with, actually, there were 5 amigos there having a great time during the Las Vegas, the CSI Expo this past, was it September, I believe?
Yes, it was.
That's when I met Mark White, too.
Oh, don't talk to him.
For game number 2, and then we will take a break after this 10-ball drops.
It's going to be 2-0, George.
we are back. You're watching Alvin OUSCHAN about to break the third game of the first set, leading 2-0 over Jonas SOUTO, excuse me. Is this going to get behind? No, he's left an open shot. 10 ball's close to the upper right-hand corner pocket, but there's nothing to threaten it with.
I don't mind playing the bank on the 1 here, you know.
Do you try to come over behind the 4?
Yeah.
Then if you happen to make it, you're going to be stuck. But yeah, it's a
don't play
shot.
to make it, maybe.
I like your shot.
That's the place to get right in behind, tight behind that 4.
Try to follow the cue ball to the rail and on the 4. Wouldn't you just call on the side?
I think he's called the 1 in the side because
Okay,
that's the shot he's going to play. He's going to go behind the 4 ball, George, I think.
Yeah, that looks good. He's used the 3 ball, but this is a jump shot. And these young Spaniards, they jump these for breakfast. They are both Predator sponsored. They're both on the Predator Pro team and sponsored by Predator. So he's putting his air rush together more than likely. Why didn't he have it together before?
Always amazes me players don't do that. We saw Roland Garcia yesterday,
especially on a shot clock.
He didn't even have his case open. Roland Garcia yesterday. By the way, Roland Garcia knocked out Carlo Biardo. Well, not knocked him out, but beat him. Put him in the loser's side, yeah.
So Carlo is playing a match. Yes, he is. He's playing a match now, I believe. We're about to. Carlo, in my opinion, is one of the favorites to win this tournament. He was second place last year.
Well, he's got a straight in shot now, I think. More or less straight on the 1 ball. It's just the wrong side of that. He can just stop the cue ball as soon as he can, maybe. Leave himself a shot on the 2, just digging down a little bit. Look at it now, they're in the side.
He might bring it all the way down and shoot the 2 on the side. He has to get the cue ball past the 5, though. Or bring the ball just past the center of the between the side pockets, and then play the 2 ball on the side.
Oh, what a shot this is. What a shot this is. Terrific shot. And that's why he's reigning world 9-ball champion. What a great shot.
And that was a good display as to why he is the reigning 9-ball champion. He is at 816 Fargo. The highest Fargos, I believe, are 828. I think it's Shane, 828?
Yeah, something like that.
823, right close in there.
Spinning that round nicely. 2 rails.
830. Shane is now in 830. Joshua Filler is in 829. And next closest to him is Fedor Gorst at 822 and Jason Shaw at 822. Then Mr. Colo, 822. Junlin Chang, 821. Beato, 821. Well, thank God for new cloth. Or actually, thank Predator. Because that is Predator cloth. You can see their logo underneath the rails, Predator Arcadia. It is on the brand new Predator one-piece slate tables. And he's making quick work of the young Spaniard. He hasn't come to the table very much.
Yeah, going to go 3-0 ahead here, George. You remember what happened in the Feder-Gorst match? I'm still not over that.
With Francisco Sanchez as this gentleman's partner.
In it goes. So 3-0 on the hill for the first set. And just looking around the arena, we've got Conrad Musician playing. Can't quite see who he's playing at the moment.
He's playing Dimitris Lokatus.
Oh, yes. And he
Greece.
actually won on a shootout, Lokatus, against Corey Jewell. They had a right old duel together, they did. 1 set each. And Carlo Biardo, as you said, was in action. Hunter Lombardo, who actually did take out John Mora.
And he also defeated Alex Kazakis.
Wow.
Back to back.
Wow. That's some big scalps.
Those two, I was thinking that's probably his really, you were talking about scalps. Kazakis, and then the next match just as big.
And then we've also got America's darling, Mr. Tyler Steyer. He is playing against Piers Labutis from Lithuania. And when we get some scores, we'll keep you up to date with them. Meanwhile, Alvin Ocean to break. Rack number 4 is on the hill, ready for the first set. Here we go. Really good break. It's dry. It's funny, isn't it, George? The table was breaking better yesterday. I mean, I missed one match with you.
I'm sorry.
That's right. Are you asleep? You're not falling asleep?
No, not at all. Not at all. I was looking around the room like you just mentioned. He's got a big shot here on this one ball. And an opportunity to get something done.
I like that shot. That was quite a clever shot, actually. See what he did there? Opened up the 4 ball. Clever shot. Trying to kick it behind the 10 ball. Is it going to make it?
Well, he's got
Oh,
there.
I tell you what.
There. Problem is, it looks like he can.
Can he get the 1 ball around the table and hold it behind the 10 ball,
It looks like
George?
it might slide past. It looks like it goes right into the 6. He's going to try to go around those balls, unless he does something else.
He could just lay up behind the 6 or 8. Yeah.
10, yeah, if he can get around. Wow.
Just slow roll it up towards that top rail behind the 6 or the 8. Just like that.
He's coming on top of the 6. Good speed. Buzzer going to go off?
I think Tyler's fallen asleep now. He needs an alarm clock, not a shot clock.
Well, this is a 6:30 match. We have one match after this, guys, if you're going to take a nap.
Yeah, and what a game it is as well. Roberto Gomez against Fedor Gorst. Number 1 against number 2 in the rankings of the Predator series. Wow.
That's correct. And keep in mind that Fedor Gorst won this tournament last year, so he's the defending champion. Roberto Gomez was 3rd to Carlo Biardo.
So a chance then. Not easy to get to the 2. Where are you going to play the 2? Do you try and... Would you hold on to the 4 here and maybe bank the 2, George?
Let's see what this young man does. I would consider that corner pocket is too close to play safe behind the 7. If he bumps the 7 with the cue ball and sticks it there and takes the 1 ball around, it'd be safe. But he's going for it. And now he has a cross bank or a cut down the rail.
Yeah, he's going to get the white over behind that 4 and the 3, I think, here.
Safe.
Yeah.
His 2 countrymen are up in the upper right-hand corner of the stands. Francisco Sanchez and David Arcaide.
Yeah, he didn't play the pot there, of course. Was trying to get in behind the 3-4 as he made it.
No, it doesn't look like it. I
think
can't tell.
you're right behind
Wait a minute,
this,
I'm
George.
right on this line.
You're right on the
Yeah,
line.
he can see it. He can see this ball to make it.
There's a nice crowd in here now around here, and there's crowds everywhere. It's the team event starting in the Arizona State Championships tonight. Now that actually had to go and get more chairs, George. They stole all our chairs from our arena. And that was a beautiful shot to get onto the 3 ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys aren't here, you're missing a lot here. This place is packed. All the 40 tables, the 7-foot tables, are in play. The Arizona State Championships being played right next to this pro tournament.
One thing I've noticed about this venue, which it's different to every other venue I've been to at one of these events, there's no music playing.
Ah, that's very true. I hadn't even noticed that. The cracking of these pool balls were music to my ear.
Oh, very nice. Oh, how poetic was that?
I knew you'd like that one.
I love it. I don't know quite what he's looking at here. I'm pretty sure 4 passes because that's where he played for it.
He's looking at where to get an angle on the 5 to get up to the 6. And it looks like he's coming straight back towards that 9 ball.
I think he can just avoid that, George.
Actually,
he can draw straight back, or he can run through.
Between the 6, 8.
He can even run it through if he wants. Oh, look at this. Look at this for a shot.
Is that going to come up?
Does it come a bit too square? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was an easy hook behind the 8 here, though, George. Look. I know he'd rather be potting it, but...
Easy hook behind the 8?
Yeah.
You got that kind of cue ball control, I'm scared.
This is a real snooker shot, this. He's calling it. He's going for it.
I don't blame him.
Must say, I'm surprised he went for that, to be honest. He's hoping for a bit of luck here, and I think he's got it.
Yes, he has.
I think he can see this, but can he see the left-hand side of it?
It doesn't look like it. Yeah, I mean,
I'm not going to tell you what he's just done in the commentary booth here. The embarrassment he's suffering at the moment is enough.
I'm sorry, I had to laugh. I leaned over to look around the 7. Oh my. There's nothing funnier than when you catch yourself doing something stupid.
Now then, is he going to play the bank here? I'm going to leave you to answer that one, George. Is he playing the bank, or is he going to go in behind the 8?
I play the bank. Alvin won't. He'll play the behind the 7, behind the 8, and leave nothing.
Yeah, that's okay, isn't it? He knew that they had cover with the 7, so he's never going to leave anything easy.
I'd be looking to just hit this ball as straight as possible, bank the 6 ball 2 rails past the 7, and follow the cue ball behind the 7. It's not lined up that way. I'd have to see the angle from where he is. I have no idea what he's going to do here, folks. The angle I'm looking at is...
He done exactly what you said.
Yeah, I just couldn't see what angle he had and what he could work with.
Well, he's left a chance here for Alvin to take the set. He just needs to keep his head down, put a nice smooth stroke on this. Natural position, just below centre on the cue ball. Natural position on the 7. You see the magic of that Revo shaft. Beautifully played.
That was magic of a
Beautifully
nice stroke.
played stroke. Just gorgeous shot. One of the best cueists in the world.
Yes, he is.
And he needs another one here. And I think he can just draw all the way back, just past the 9 off this. Yeah, he's just got a slight angle. Look, you can see on your TV screens there. Just a nice draw back. He's going top actually. So he's following. What a stroke this is. He's gone a bit too far though. He needs it to bounce. He needs it to bounce. Wow. How about sliding this in the side pocket?
Well, so far he's been extremely cautious.
David Arcadi.
Conservative. There's his 2 countrymen.
Give us a wave, David.
Francisco Sanchez on the left. David Arcadi scratching his head.
And there's a guy watching it on his phone.
There you go. Does he have earphones in? No, he's not listening to us. He's just watching it on his phone.
He did, but he took him out. Wow, that was a risky shot for Alvin Ocean. Very aggressive. Has he got away with it?
It looks like he did. Oh.
I think he might be able to just kick this.
That little nod from Jonas just told me that he's gotten it. Alvin has gotten away with this. I wouldn't be opposed to kind of elevating a little bit and playing a masse shot on this ball.
Yeah.
It's a very small masse. Maybe 12.5.
So you can just go rail first here.
Or you can go rail first too. Just right there. There's a nice shot right there. He has access to the left side of the ball.
Yeah, it would be a problem if he was over the 10, but because he's got access to the left, as you say, it's okay. It's the English that he needs. Wow, he's missed it altogether.
And you know, that doesn't surprise me for this reason. It's new cloth. Doesn't take the English as much. But usually it's on the inside English shots. That's a running shot that English usually takes, especially at that speed.
Well, Alvin won't believe his luck there. He played quite a rash shot for him, it must be said, on the 8 ball. The speed totally he played it, you know.
You bet.
And he got away with it. And here he is. Sometimes you can play the best shot in the world, play the best safety, get him hooked. The guy gets out of it, plays an amazing shot. There he's played a bad shot, and it could end up winning the game, although he hasn't played a great one there either.
Well, you know, it wasn't a bad shot. It was a missed shot. But you're right. You're right. You can do everything right, and then all of a sudden, get away with the wrong shot.
Oh, I thought he'd overcut that for a second. He looks up to the stars. There's somebody looking after him.
This is the 4th game. If he makes this, he has the first set. We will take a break. It's all on this shot. Whether we go to set number 2 or we continue this one. Again,
decided to play safety. Play safe, George.
What do you do here? I'm banking the ball
at
the right-hand corner pocket.
You've got to bank this.
I got to go for this.
It's a free shot. It's easier than the safety.
Well, it's a shot he shouldn't have. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's easier than any safe on the table, so go for it. If Tony Robles was sat here now, he'd say, Buddy Hall says go for it. And he's got it. What a shot.
We'll be right back with set number 2. 20-year-old Jonas SOUTO to break the balls. Game number 5, trailing 3-1.
Yeah, should have been the second set, really. Can't believe Alvin Ocean missed that 10 ball.
Second time we see him break. He had the opening break. He's made the ball in the side pocket. I think it was a 5.
Yeah,
and
it was.
things have dressed up for him. Things have dressed up.
If he can go twice across the table here, slice the one down the rail, he's on the 2, and it's all open from there on. So key shot coming up. There you see him pointing his cue. That's where he wants it.
He'll go back and forth, or will he go around the world there with that little 3-rail follow? I think he'll go back and forth.
Looks good to me.
This young man is a juniors champion from Spain.
I'll just draw this back, George. Look, as you see there, pointing to the 3 in the side. It's actually got a bit of an angle, even better, so you can just follow it a little bit. Nicely played.
Must go in the side pocket.
Yeah, it goes in the side.
Okay.
And just slide past, run past the 8 ball. And it's plain sailing.
Plain sailing?
Plain sailing.
Plain sailing. Is that a new one?
No, we say it all the time.
I never heard of plain sailing.
Plain sailing?
As in an airplane?
No,
sailing?
as in just straightforward. Plain,
okay.
Plain and simple.
Ah, I gotcha. I thought the old saying was clear sailing, but you guys say plain sailing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
This isn't just a pool lesson we're getting here. This is a translation as well across the Atlantic.
Yeah, I'll be able to go across the Atlantic and go to London and not be lost.
Oh,
I've done that once, but not London. I was in Spain for about 10 days, and then again for about 7 or 8 days.
That's come just enough away from the 6 ball. Looked a little tracky towards it and just managed to get a nice little shave off the edge of it.
Check back to look at the time clock. We are on a time clock here. 30-second extension available to the players. Only 1 per game.
Played that very confidently. Wasn't a very nice angle he had on that 6 ball, but it's over. He's perfect now. Nicely played. Nice angle here, just stunned down.
Mark,
the 9 into the same pocket.
Did I mention that both players are Predator players?
Yes.
Okay. Cue ball is close to the pocket, but he's okay. And it seems to have enough angle to come up off the rail.
I think he's going to dig down on this look. Nice stroke. So it's going to be 3-2, George. He was looking at 4-0 at one point.
Yes, he
was.
Now
down to 1. It just shows how costly could that miss on that 10 ball be for the world champion, Mr. Alvin Ocean.
Costly enough that his opponent is still in this set. They're always in the match in the first set, but.
And what a feast of pool you've had today. 10 o'clock we started this morning. 6 matches every single day we're having. And the last one of today is an absolute cracker. It's the winner of the event last year, Fedor Gorst, the winner of this one. And he will be playing the runner-up of the last one in Ohio, Roberto Gomez.
Of the last 2, Ohio and Michigan.
Oh,
he
both of them
he
was second.
Yes.
The bridesmaid twice.
This young man that will be coming up here, Roberto Gomez, has made more money on this tour than any other player. He has 2 seconds and a third here.
Wow.
Michigan, Ohio, he was second, and then he had the third here.
How much has he won, George?
20 grand. Over 20. Let's see, 82, 84, and 40, 25. So that's 600, $20,625.
Here we go. Jonas breaking
10 ball on the break.
Oh, he's made the 10 ball. And all of a sudden,
I wouldn't wave that off. I'd be as
sudden,
happy as
level.
Piggin, and we're hill.
Wow.
How does that missed 10 ball work for you now?
I tell you what, this game's got a nasty habit of coming back and biting you.
It sure has shown us that, hasn't it?
Hasn't it just? Alvin Ocean had a relatively simple 10 ball to win the set by 4-0. Missed it, left it up. Great back. Well, he didn't even leave it up. Left a difficult bank for Jonas. He made it to go 3-3.
Yeah, he left it in the middle of the corner of the head rail with the cue ball down by the spot, and Jonas banked it in the lower right-hand corner. Straight back, he said, and he fired it.
If he loses this, a sleepless night for Alvin Ocean.
Wow.
And he could be heading back across the ocean, but I'm sure he's actually going to the Derby City, and then he's going to play Wisconsin, isn't he?
I think all these players are going to Derby.
Here we go then. We're hill drama in Arizona. Smack. Is the 1 ball going? No. Has he made a ball? The 5 ball's going.
5. He's made a ball.
He's made a ball though, and he's perfect on the 1. What a chance to take the first set.
I'd have to take all 60 seconds that he has after this this break to breathe. Yeah. I'd be so excited here. Being down 3-0, and now looking at this run out gets me the set. Because this is his key shot. If he gets this shot and gets on the 2 ball, I can't see him making a mistake after that. Things are too widespread, and
he must think it's Christmas.
Well, he better make sure he wraps this gift well, because he's got to have good shape on the 2, excuse me.
Oh, wow.
And
can
there
you
go.
Believe that? Can you believe that?
Does he have his extension on?
Yes,
he does have it. Okay.
And even then he was stretching.
Even with that, he was stretching. Huh? Wow.
Well, Alvin now has to compose himself.
The man's middle name is Composure. He is so composed.
I call him Alvin No Emotion Ocean.
It's 31-year-old Alvin Ocean against a 20-year-old Jonas SOUTO. Austrian against a Spaniard.
And just when you think it's going one way, it's swung back the other. How exciting is this?
Well, no, the runner dropped the ball. That's exactly what happened, missing that 1 ball. Trying to make sure he got on the 2. What an opportunity he had, though. What a feeling, too, when you have something like that. It's just, you just get going. Wow.
Look, if the guy breaks and runs out, you don't mind. If you've got a great chance like that and you miss it, that hurts.
That's one he'll remember. I will say, though, that the 10 ball that Alvin missed was not a gimme.
It wasn't a gimme, but it's one that you'd expect a throw of his, you know, a straight in 10 basically.
I was surprised he missed it.
I'm surprised as well. I think he hit it a bit hard, and it had something to do with the 8 he'd played before, you know. He played that bank on the 8. Just seemed very un-Ocean-like, you know. Very hard. Much too much pace in it, and that's what he done with a 10 as well. Anyway, he's got a reprieve and now got a chance to take the opening set. And remember, the winner of this game goes into the last 16. The loser goes home. So that was a different kind of power. That was a nice smooth stroke. Very nicely played, but he's over the 10 ball here. Referee is going to have a close look at this one. Here he comes.
He's got plenty of room. I can see it from the side myself.
So this then.
John is right in the line of fire.
Missed for the first set. And in it goes, that's it. And we'll be back very soon with a second. Wow.
And we are back with the beginning of the opening of the second set. Alvin won the first 4-3. Alvin rattled off 3 games in a row, and the young Spaniard came back roaring with 3 games of his own and a 10-ball break. Only to have a nice break and not get out. Alvin completed the run and took the first set. We're on to set number 2.
As Tony Robles would say, he's on Mount Everest here. I think he can just get to the left-hand side of that cue ball, George, can't he? It's not as bad as it could have been.
He looks like he can bridge. I would just try to cut this in. 7 ball is going to stop him. He'll have position on the 1 if he makes it. It is a tough shot. He may not be elevated if he uses a little bit of. It looks like let's take a look at how he bridges it. Looks like he's got a clean shot at it. Checking his clock. He has 60 seconds after the break. They are on the time clock. Keep in mind, as we saw, 10-ball breaks are a win. Combos are a win. 60-second shot clock after the break. 30-second extension, once per player.
Well, he was worried about the scratch, I think, in the other corner. Smacks the table. He was worried about the scratch in the left-hand corner pocket, and he scratched in the right.
He was trying to swing that cue ball around, I think.
Yeah, caught it too thick.
2 rails behind the wall of balls on the left side of the table.
Yeah, just caught it too thick, George, didn't he?
Yep, she did.
Just a miscalculation. So, chance then for the Spaniard.
What an opportunity the young man had, though.
Wow, where's he gone with a cue? He's gone a little bit too far here.
Alvin missed a 10 ball to close out the first set at 4-0. Jonas makes a beautiful long rail bank.
Let's just ask him. He's just spotted something on the blue ball.
And then rattled off 2 wins in a row to make it hill-hill.
John looking, he can't find his gadget. Where's me gadget gone? There it is. You know the trouble there, he's got too much money in his pocket.
That's a problem we'd all like to have.
I reckon it's one of John's hairs on it. He's losing it.
You know, it's bad enough when you see comments here and there about John's hair. Now we don't have to make them in the commentary booth.
It's come on, it's what that's his thing, isn't it? That's his what do you call it? That's his style. That's what he's known for.
John's also an actor.
Do you know they actually?
He's a part-time actor,
yeah,
so.
he is. They sing about him at the Moscone. He looks exactly like an actor and comedian from the UK called Bill Bailey, and everyone sings his name.
Oh, really?
Yes, and very loudly.
So does he like it or does he not like it?
He loves it.
He loves it. Okay, he eats it up, huh?
Yeah. I'll show you a picture of him after this match, and you'll say, "Oh yes, exactly. He looks like him."
Well, since we're speaking about John, just a small comment for all the viewers out there. At this tournament, the clock stops when they're cleaning the ball. And it was not John that was cleaning that famous shot that was heard around the world.
Yeah. The shot we'd all have liked to have seen played, would he or wouldn't he? We'll never get to see it. It's something you can never get back. You can't create that atmosphere again. So, nicely on the 5 ball here.
I'm sure that shot that we're talking about was set up in every home table that watched that.
Yeah, I bet it was as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be bridging over the 10 ball here.
I know, I set it up. I stopped the video and set it up.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Did you make it?
You'll never know.
Has he got enough to punch this out and back across, George, to take the 9 in the same pocket? Yes, he has. Shows it perfectly there. Nicely stroked.
See how man looks good over the ball. He looks good over the ball, that last stroke that we saw.
Yeah.
Look at his form. It's a nice little form.
Yeah. Good fundamentals.
First game for Jonas SOUTO.
And in it goes.
This is the second set.
And David and Ruiz Sanchez have come down from the stands. Maybe they've come to have a little word with him. Of course, they're not allowed to talk to him. I'm just joking.
I thought they gave him the earpiece so he could put it in his ear and they can coach him.
You're being very controversial. George, you're being
teasing.
very controversial this evening.
I have.
You weren't at that tequila, were you, during the break?
I left it in the room. Should have brought it with me.
So, John Lehman getting the rack ready for Jonas to break. Rack number 2. By the end of this evening, we will have our last 16, yes, tonight.
Our last what? Last 16, yes. Yes.
And there will be a redraw, and the 8 from the one-loss side will be a random, and each one of them will play somebody from the winner's side.
That's right. There's no way you can play someone you've already played.
Yeah, I kind of like that, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Oh, yes, it's kicked it in. It was on its way.
Ooh, I thought that was going to kick the 10 ball just right.
9 ball went close. This is a decent break. Look at this on the 1 ball.
Jonas has a heck of a break. I've seen, this is the 3rd or 4th break we've seen from him, and they've all been just, well, one was a 10 ball break, and this, to tell you the truth, this may as well be a 10 ball break. This is an exercise that if you don't get out, it's like a drill. You better do it again till you get it right.
And he does hit them with a nice power, but also controlled as well.
He's got to get on this 2. That's probably from the 2 getting to this 2 and then the 2 to the 3.
Well, he caught the 3. Has it scuppered the position?
It looks like he has a
look at that. He's just got enough of that, George.
Does he?
He's just got enough of it. If he hasn't, he can just twist it round with a little bit of right-hand English here. I think he can make this. What do you think at home? You can see it on your screens. I think he can make this.
It's awfully tight.
And in it goes. Where's the cue ball going? Is it going to... He's okay. Held up. Now then, 4 ball over the opposite diagonally pocket. So, hasn't got to do too much, George.
It looks like he's going rail first. No, he's going right at the ball. Coming up.
There you saw.
Coming up too far.
He's
Careful.
Flirting with danger
Careful.
here. Is it going to pass?
I cannot tell. No.
I can't believe he went up that far. He should have just gone middle table, surely. Perhaps he just overran it. It is sometimes difficult to control the pace of a ball when the ball is right over the pocket.
It is very
like that.
difficult to control that ball. That's why you just go for the middle of the table.
Oh, he's lucky.
He could see it.
Up.
Wow.
Just held up in time.
I didn't think he could see that ball.
How deceiving is the TV screen?
Well, it's just, you know.
Dare I mention the 2 words? No, I won't.
Go ahead.
Shootout.
Shootout? Well, we're a fair way away from a shootout. This would be 2-0 once he completes this run. And does he have a shot here?
Did you see that? The English just
see what you just did to the poor kid? Us commentators, you know, we always curse these poor guys.
No, I don't believe in that. I didn't touch the cue. He can't hear me.
Jump it. He has to make this jump shot. He's right-handed, so he can go lean over the table on the side. This young man's rather good with this jump cue. So
he hasn't got a lot of time though. Oh, great shot!
Wow.
What a shot!
Wow.
He has a look at Alvin on his way past.
What kind of look was it? Hey, did you like that? Or oops?
It was kind of a proud kind of,
okay.
You know, looking for a little bit of appreciation,
That's
shall
right.
we say?
He won't get any.
He's
from
not going to get any
He's
from
not
Alvin.
going to get any from Alvin. This is for 2-0 in the second set, and he needs it to send it to a shootout.
And in it goes, and 2-0 it is. Well, it's a complete contrast to the first set, George, where Alvin went 3-0 ahead.
That was a break and run for the young man.
Now, have you kept any stats on break and runs?
Yes, I have.
Come on, then. Hit us with some
I have
stats.
too many. I forget what they were.
I know you love a stat or two.
Okay, break and runs.
Yeah, you love a stat or two.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And I've just seen Kang Lee out on the table once again.
6.
He had a brilliant win
7.
earlier on. He actually knocked out Mario He earlier on, Kang Lee, with his new equipment as well.
That was the 10th break and run.
10th break and run.
On this table.
On this table, yeah.
We haven't seen too many.
With day 3.
Now, wait a minute. I did not keep track of it. Oh, yeah. Now, Yuki Oi had 2, and I didn't commentate that match. It was the second 2 of the first set.
That's what I love about you. Even though you're not commentating, you're still watching and you're still writing in your book, aren't you?
I was excited about that match. I wanted to watch that match from as soon as I saw it on the schedule.
And yet again, a decent break from Jonas. And okay, the 2's in a little bit of an awkward position, but does he have the... Has he got the 2-9 combo? No, I don't think so. He's got a thin cut on the 1 ball. Now, is it possible here? You may think I'm crazy for saying this, but can he come off the side rail and carom somewhere near to the 9 ball and leave the 2 into the top left-hand corner? What do you reckon to that for a shot, George?
That'd be too much of an angle, I believe, because of that. See,
he's played safe.
That was asking too much because the angle would be too open.
He's got some distance. He hasn't got coverage, but he's got distance. That's about as much as you can get on a 9-foot table.
If Alvin can somehow kick and stick this ball behind the 10, he looks like he's too straight on it.
Yeah, I think he's going to go for over by the 3, I think, here, isn't he? And just send the 1 over onto the other side. He's got a double kiss, though, look.
Worked in his favor.
The dreaded double kiss. The chance of getting a decent safety in here, though, for Jonas. Alvin goes back to his chair. Not looking very happy at the moment, Alvin Ocean. And again, how many times does that happen? A gap right between the 2 balls. Alvin proudly wearing the Austrian flag on the back of his shirt. You just saw that.
Kind of like the cue ball behind the 3.
Wow, he's really out of stroke at the moment.
I
think maybe there might be a little bit of tiredness from Alvin. He's played 3 matches on the trot almost. So it's been quite a busy day for Alvin.
Alvin is a runner. Didn't you tell me he runs marathons?
Yeah, he's a triathlete, but you know, the mind can still get tired, can't it?
The mind
and we start falling asleep and saying silly things.
I tell you, most of the European players, I admire them for their fitness level to come to play this game, and their mental toughness is just as sharp.
He's just got up to look at the shot clock there, and then realised he's not got much. Got down, and the beeps are going off. Maybe tiredness is getting to everyone.
Careful here, you might make the 5 trying to play safe.
If he can catch this thin enough, he'll get covered behind the 8. Oh, he's got cover. No, he hasn't. He's left an edge there, George. You need good eyesight to hit it, but there's an edge.
Mm-hmm. It's also 7 feet away. Nice shot, nice hit by Alvin.
That is a great shot. I tell you, I cannot tell you how difficult that shot is that he's just played there. And look at the distance, look at the weight of it as well. Absolutely perfect from Alvin Ocean there. That is a quality safety.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got him in trouble here.
Oh, he's going to go for this ball. This is similar to the 10 ball he made for his first game.
He's going for the 9 here, is he?
I'm sorry?
Oh, no, he's going for the bank.
Yeah, he's going for the bank, and it's similar to the 10 ball, except that the cue ball was not on the rail. Cue ball, he had a full, nice... Close, but no cigars.
Yeah. Well, he needs some help. He needs some help. And he's got it. Wow.
Got it. Wow.
Alvin's probably thinking to himself, I just want to go and eat something. And the crowd absolutely engrossed in this. He's called it. And, just a precaution, of course.
This is a tough shot.
Very tough. I don't know what he's going to do here. Off the 10, maybe. Oh, he called it in there.
Oh, I like that shot. That is a shot.
How good was that?
It's a good shot. Actually, if you set the ball up about a diamond from the side pocket and hit it and double kiss it, you can make it in the bottom corner pocket, like for a one pocket shot. And that was kind of what that was. You got the double kiss, send it to the corner pocket.
This is a shot like Alvin had just a little while ago.
Good shot by Alvin.
He's going to have to kick at this though. He's got the finest of edges on right behind it, but he's not going to be going for it. He's going for the kick. Oh, what a great kick that is. What a great kick. But he didn't. Oh, and the cue ball.
Ouch.
And that was really nice what Alvin Ocean did just there. Tapped the table in appreciation for a great shot. Always the gentleman. That really was a great kick, wasn't it? And to get the scratch off that is just wow.
Well, you know, I was thinking you could kick and possibly make the 10, but the 4 ball's in the way. Why wasn't it in the way for the cue ball? It's funny how the cue ball sneaks by, huh?
Still needs to come with a good one here, though, George. He'd like the cue ball.
He's got to get back up to about where he's at.
Yeah, exactly.
Between where he is and the 10, actually, to be good on the 6. And he's got the angle for it. You bring this around 2 rails from the right-hand side, right at the 10.
Chin over the side of the cue, and he hasn't hit
this. He's right
this.
Behind the
he
10.
hasn't hit this.
He's right behind the
he
10.
He might just come past.
And he knew it as soon as he hit it. You see him just bend over the table.
I think he can just about see it, George, can't he? Look. Do you know what? I think he's been a little bit fortunate here. I think he can get to this. He can get to it.
He can. I looked around it, and it looks like it's there.
Wow. Wow.
It just didn't look like he was going to get by there, did it?
He underhit it by about a foot.
A few inches. To be safe.
I think fatigue has got something to do with it, to be fair to both players. Wow, you see him lift his head up. Very, very unlike Alvin.
We've seen that a couple of times from some players.
Look in the background now, look, there's Fedor Gorst getting down, having some practice.
Still practicing. He's coming up next, folks. Your 8 p.m. match. He doesn't want to be straight in. No, he has to play short side. And he has to come, yeah, right there. His speed's got to be great.
Yeah, short side on the 9. It's okay. Perfect
Nicely
angle.
Done.
Just remember, guys, these players are playing for an enormous amount of money. $75,000 total prize money. $25,000 to the winner.
15 to second place. It has to bounce.
Oh, he's caught that. It's a little bit unlucky. Is he going to bank this again?
No,
Would it be another bank?
He'll cut this.
He's looking at the angle, isn't he, George?
Mm-hmm. Well, he wouldn't bank this ball. This is very cuttable. Careful with the side pocket. We'll go to a break if he makes this. If not, we'll watch Alvin shoot it.
He's overcut it. Look, he's overcut it, and he's scratched.
Corner.
Well, And he has to make it. There's no giving of any balls here. Alvin's smiling. I think he fancies this one, you know. In it goes. See you after the break.
Alvin Ocean is not in the arena to break the balls.
Yeah, and SOUTO's not here either, so we're playerless. Should we go and have a quick rack, George, while we're waiting for him? Can we go and have a quick rack, John? Is that all right?
I think we would lose a lot of viewers, my friend.
I don't know. After that last rack, I fancy my chances, I'm telling you.
I think you and everyone else that watched it. But we all know that can happen to anyone.
Yeah, that was and we've seen, you know, to be honest, we've seen a few racks like that today, and we are getting down to the business end of this tournament. There's tiredness as well coming into it. I know I keep saying it, and I know they're young, fit lads, but, you know, everyone suffers from it at some time.
And they're back. Both gentlemen walk in. Alvin Ocean to break the fourth rack, trailing 2-1 to the young Jonas SOUTO from Spain.
What's the chances of a golden break here?
5%.
Oh, it's on the move, and again, go on.
Well, actually, I should have said 10% because there's 10 balls.
10
on the
balls.
table.
I was going to say, I'll take that.
Well, folks, I just saw a legend walk in. It's Jerry Bryseth from Wisconsin. Lives in Phoenix in the wintertime. Just came down for this tournament. You want pool lessons? There's the man you want to see.
Really?
Yes.
I've actually got a nice interview to do when this tournament's over with Philip Capel.
I don't know him. I've seen the name a lot, but I don't know him.
He's written 12 books.
Okay,
on pool.
That's what I've seen.
Yeah. Very knowledgeable guy. And we're going to sit down for an hour and have a chat.
And what is Alvin going to do with his 3-ball? He's going to play safe behind it. Can he get there with it?
He's cutting this down the road, isn't he?
I was about to say it like you do. I fancy bringing the cue ball down by the 10. One rail straight at underneath it.
I think he's looking at maybe cutting this down the rail, isn't he? Playing it right-hand English and trying to get somewhere over near the 9-3, and then he can play the safe if nothing
with a lot
comes
of spin.
of it.
With a lot of spin, you can go 2 rails into the 9.
Yeah,
like
he's going
that,
for it,
like
just
that.
like that.
Yes.
He's overcut it. Can you believe that?
It was
wow.
The shot was makeable, but it was asking quite a bit.
It was a difficult shot.
But then he's quite a bit of a player.
He's quite good, I've heard.
Yeah, he is. So, but he'd been playing so cautious earlier, especially in the first set.
I think maybe he's just trying to force the issue a little bit, just to try and make something happen. Oh, cue ball's heading towards that corner pocket. It hasn't got enough pace on it though. So the jump cue is going to come out here, I think. Now, can he make the 3? Here's a shot for you, George. Jump over the 4, catch the 2, and nudge the 3 with the 9.
That's why John is standing there looking at this ball very closely. Make sure it's a good hit on the 2. You called a great shot.
And watch the 3 ball here. Straight in.
Called it and made it.
What a great shot. Oh, and he's hooked himself behind the 10 and the 4.
He does have a rail first shot.
I tell you what.
It's awfully thin, but he does have a rail first.
He's also got a beautiful kick and stick here behind the 4, 2 rails. If he wants to. Depends how he feels, George.
Kick and stick. The 2 railer, okay.
Yeah, kick and stick, 2 rail.
Ball, I don't think. I don't think he can stick it. But okay, let's see what he does with it.
Wow, he's tried a very difficult shot there, and I'll tell you, that's
a
not a bad shot.
No,
very, very good shot.
He can just 2 rail that ball out past the 10 and stop the cue ball right there.
Jump cue will come out again. And now look at the 9-10. So decent position is going to be needed onto the 9 ball, should we get that far. Perfect shot there of Alvin. Well, the only thing he's got there is the cue ball close to the rail. So it's going to make the positional shot to the 4 a little bit more difficult.
Big shot right here. Follow this 2 rails to get up on the 4.
Keep that head still, Jonas. Bit of a snatch, bit of a quick one he put in there. Now then, a chance, and a real chance. And look what's happened here. I'll tell you what's good about that. The 6 ball has made the position. Oh no, he's got to come back for the 8, hasn't he? Didn't see the 8 ball there.
Made position for the 9 real easy. Is that what you were thinking?
I was.
Yeah, sometimes I miss the ball too.
Yeah, I missed that ball there.
Yeah. I look down and you just don't see the ball. You're so intent on the other shots. You don't see a ball sitting down on the certain part of the table.
So obviously it's all about the 6 to the 8 and the 8 to the 9. Still not easy. And it seems like hard work at times like this.
What's he going to do with the 9?
He needs to get right on that top rail, doesn't he? Or go short side.
Or go right, get right where he's at so he can I tell you what he does with it. He comes down to about where his hand is, a little bit more to the left. 2 rail drives to the short rail on the right side of the 9 and come into the 10 with the cue ball. Did you understand that?
Not a word.
Okay. If you would have got right here, I was pointing it out on the table. If you'd have got right here, just draw a line from the 8 to the spot and just beyond it. Get right there with the cue
About
ball.
where he is now, roughly?
No, well, it has to be over here so you can draw the ball. Now you can come straight up and try to come between them or come into the 10. You can also go 2 rails. Now he's going to go on the other side.
He's trying to get absolutely tight on that back rail, and if he does, this is a great shot. That is an unbelievable shot. To judge that pace of a thin cut like that, full length of the table, brilliant. Deserves it. What a great shot that was, I tell you.
Well, they got in the second game. They're tied at 2.
2-2. What a great... I tell you what, I know I'm getting excited, but that was a tremendous shot. As a player, you know, George, how difficult that shot is that he's just played.
Yes, it is. It's extremely difficult. That's why I like coming in from an angle into the 10 or to between both balls. That was great. And I don't think I can use that word loud enough.
I don't think I've ever heard you say it.
Great? I've said great, extraordinary, stupendous. I haven't said stupendous.
Stupendous?
I haven't said stupendous.
So John will be getting that rack as tight as he possibly can.
$75,000 in prize money, $25,000 first prize, $15,000 second prize. Last year, these champions got Predator won this tournament and settled for $12,000. It's $25,000 this year. 1 year, the difference. Sponsorships makes a difference, and they've fine-tuned this series little by little, getting better and better. There's a 10 ball moving around.
There's a 7 ball in the hole. Has he got shape? Yes, he has. He's got a shot on the 1 here, George. 2 down this end of the table. Wow, look at this. It's just straight down. Just looking at the angle that the cue ball's going to come off that back rail.
Well, tell you what, when the camera pans up a little bit to include people in the stands, Jerry Bryson is sitting right above the Panther on the Predator logo at the head of the table.
Oh, he's played that lovely. He just had a fraction, just a half a tip of right-hand English on that, just to make sure he missed the 9. Played it absolutely perfectly. And he's got this strange look on his face. You never know whether he's happy with the shot, whether he wishes he'd just made, I've gone another inch. And look at that cue ball. Right on that spot, look, George.
He's just to the left of the spot. Yeah.
I just wonder, yeah, but he's got to play over it, hasn't he? That's my point. He's got to play over this spot.
He could just play right to where it's at, like you said. A little bit further so he can swing over to the 4. I'd go about 5 inches past the spot if I could. Just don't draw it in the side pocket. I did that once. Well, he's gone to the other pocket. But now it's harder to get on the 2.
Yeah, he's got
on the 4, excuse me.
A horrible little angle now on this. He's not got enough to draw onto the rail and back over, and it's too straight, and the 9's in the way for the run through, I think. So he's got a little bit of work to do, a little bit of thinking to do here. I'm right behind the line of this. Can he just miss that 9 ball? Oh yeah, he's arced it round. What a shot he's played there. Brilliant.
He is showing you 2 things, folks. He is showing you the power of carbon fiber and the accuracy of a great stroke.
Yeah, got the chance to see that, didn't we? Right behind it we were. Absolutely beautiful stroke. A little bit unlucky to finish just over the top of the 6 here, but I fancy him to get this. Hasn't got to do a lot with the cue ball, just stop it. It's got a nice angle on this just to run it off the rail, back up for the 6. So Alvin should be on the hill, knock this 5 in, and it should be plain sailing. is perfectly played. Just wants a little bit of an angle if he can.
Yeah, they are tied at 2.
Yeah, I think he's got a perfect angle on this, George, just to stun off the side rail, back out, leave himself a shot on the 8.
So, Mark, tell me, I have a question for you.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to put it in your language. All the players, when these matches are over in just a bit, in a couple of hours, we'll be down to the final 16 in the redraw. Who do you fancy?
Wow.
In the top 2 finishers? You
George,
called out Turning Stone.
George Teashaya.
Who do
speaking
you fancy?
English. I can answer that very, very quickly. Federgorst against Carlo Biardo.
Again?
A copy of last year's Arizona Open final. So that's my call. And we've got Federgorst coming up, of course, next match on. If you're watching, this is another huge match coming up. Roberto Gomez, currently ranked #1 on the US Pro Billiard Tour. And Federgorst ranked #2. So we've got the #1 and #2 on this table next, George. Who's going to win that one? There's a question for you. Who do you fancy?
Well, let's see if we put some logic to it. I'm not very good at logic, but Federgorst took a first here, a 17th in Las Vegas, and a 9th in Michigan. Roberto Gomez took a 3rd here, nothing in Las Vegas, but then he took a 2nd and in Michigan and a 2nd in Ohio. He's ranked #1 in points, and the way they arrive at the ranking points for the Pro Billiard Series.
Who's going to win, George, out of Gorst and Gomez? I asked a question. Come on.
I'm getting to the answer. Points-wise, Roberto has more because of his Fargo, and he got certain points for each finish. He's had higher finishes. The points say Gomez.
What does George Teashaya say?
George Teashaya says, we better see a different Federer than we saw on the stream table in the 2 matches he was here.
Are you a politician? Have you been a politician? And do you want to be a politician? Because you're sounding like one.
If it was my way, they would... I can't say it on the air. Never mind.
Okay, Alvin then made a ball on the break. On the 1 ball, he's got a shot at it. 2 hangs over the side pocket. It's not a safe ball on the table. Here's a chance for Alvin to win by 2-0. We always say use the 60 seconds after the break, and he's using it wisely. Yeah? He's using it wisely, George.
He manages his time. He is no stranger to the shot clock.
Wow, he's overdone that one by quite a distance. And he's left it.
Well, this is quite the opportunity for the young Spaniard.
We could be going heel here, George, and we should be, if I'm being honest. I mean, look at the layout here. You'd love to come to the table with this.
If you're going to come to the table, this is what you want to come to the table to. Or unless you want to just have a hung-up 10 ball. But, yeah, this is... And if he gets a nice angle for the 3 to go to the 4.
And you see the nice vertical elbow and forearm. He's come a little bit short, but it's okay. He's wrong. At least he's come short the right side. And just come down to this bottom rail, just a little bounce off the rail. And then, of course, look at the 6 ball, George, right next to it. Nothing to do. Really, this is the last thing that can go wrong. And that's perfect.
If he knows how to stop his cue ball for the next 3 shots, he'll get to the 8.
I was just going to ask you, what's the Spanish word for stop?
Alto.
Alto, 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 alto. And he's alto.
Yeah. No.
Wow. And Alvin was quite a long way off with that one ball that's left him in for this.
Alvin.
Now then, just get anywhere near straight on this 10 ball, and we have got hill.
Just don't drop in the drink. He's got an extension, which I think he's called.
Yeah, wise thing. I always see Joshua Filler's smart, very smart at that. No matter what shot he has on the last ball, he always calls the extension if he's got it. And in it goes. We're level, George, in the second set. One more rack will determine who is going home and who's staying.
It could determine that. It could also determine the shootout.
Yeah, it could, yeah.
And to tell you the truth, I think I would really like to watch this shootout. And so would about 150 other people in this room that'll be running and flocking to this table as soon as they know it's a shootout. We were one rack away from the first rack, which Jonas could have won. Had a chance to win. Or was, you know, there. And now we're one rack away again.
When it gets to, just seen David Arcadia as well come back to the table. He's supporting his boy.
But these gentlemen went in streaks. Alvin won the first 3 games. Jonas won the next 3. And then Alvin took the set. Jonas won the first 2 of this set. Alvin won the next 3. And now Jonas has taken this.
I'll tell you, what a break that was. What a break that was.
Whoa.
And he's broke so well today. Look at this. He's on the one ball as well.
His breaks were excellent. His breaks were all excellent. He can maintain his composure.
Just a
Once he gets
awkward
on this 2 ball, he's got, I guess you might say, the 2 to the 4. And then, well, actually it's the 4 to the 6. If he gets on the 6, I don't see him not getting out.
Here we go then.
This 4 is difficult. This 2 is difficult.
2 goes past the 9.
He's looking at it, so he's pretty sure that it does. He didn't come down far enough. He wants to get there. Can he get there from there?
Yeah, he can play low left.
He has to come down and up?
Yeah, just draw it with left hand.
Why wouldn't you just come over to the right side and shoot the 4 in the upper right-hand corner? I have shot this shot many times, and many times have I come off this bottom rail and gone right in the drink on the side.
Wants to miss the 10 ball, willing it to miss the 10 ball. It has. Now then, he's a thin one. He's got to go for this. He's not going to think of anything else other than slicing this down the rail. He's coming round to look at the angle. He's got about 15 seconds. Oh, that's a lovely shot. He's played that perfectly. Perfect.
That was
on
the shot of the match.
What a great shot that was.
That was the shot of the match.
And I'll tell you what, the shot clock came in just as he was going to take it as well.
That and that 9 ball that Alvin got position on. Those were the shots of this match.
Yeah, Alvin can't believe it.
Easy.
If anything, he's been overhitting slightly, hasn't he?
Well, his nerves are raging.
The arms getting tougher, stiffer.
At the end of this game, we'll go to a break. and either get ready for a shootout
or if something drastic happens.
Some players would choose to go 2 rails for position. I would not. I wouldn't even go that way. I'd come directly to the left of the 10 ball with the cue ball. Now he's got to run his cue ball. Yeah, that's where you want to be.
Use a rail, I guess. No, he could hold it. Here we go then. This to go
it's for the match. I'm sorry, it's for
this to go one set all.
Go ahead, 1 set all. And into a shootout, or Alvin gets to shoot at the 10 if he misses.
And it goes. So shootout it is, and we'll be back for it straight after a very short break.
And there is a shootout here in Tucson, Arizona at Casino del Sol. The graphics on your screen show where the cue ball is placed in the upper right or upper left-hand corners by that check mark, the green one, and where the 10 ball goes on the table, and the arrow where the 10 ball has to go. Jonas SOUTO from Spain won the lag, so he chose to go first and chose the right side first. 4 innings. At the end of 4 innings, if they are tied, the cue ball gets backed up 1 diamond. If they are not tied, the higher score wins the match. Loser will go home. The winner will move forward to the final 16.
Oh, that's a great one. Played it very, very positively.
Into a single elimination.
So, pressure on Alvin. Just to remind viewers, George, shot clock is in operation still, and there's no extension, of course, so you've got 30 seconds and that's it. Oh, right in the centre. Played it slightly different, higher on the cue ball there for Alvin. Just going the 1 rail. Jonas deciding to play slightly lower and draw it round 2 rails. Let's see how he plays this from this side. We have seen players sometimes change from side to side, the way they play it.
How they play it and where they place the cue ball in relation to the rail, yes.
Wow, right in the heart of the pocket once again. Played it exactly the same. 2-1 then, SOUTO. Both players, of course, get the same amount of innings. As George said, if they're level after 4 innings each, we will go to sudden death.
John Lehman spots the ball right behind the spot where the 10 ball is racked. The same location the 10 ball is racked. Notice he spots the ball with the 10 up, so all that is around the ball is the stripe.
Oh, once again, perfectly played. 2-2.
Looks like John cleans the cue ball after every shot. These are important shots. This could be the difference of winning $25,000 or $15,000, or, of course, in this case, being out of the tournament or moving forward to have a shot at that money.
And again it goes. Great shot. Applause.
This juniors champion from Spain's hanging in there, looking tough.
Yeah, and I've just noticed Max Lechner is in the crowd as well, watching his fellow countryman, Alvin Ocean. And it's Alvin to shoot next. Needs this to tie up at 3-3.
Be a big win for Jonas. Alvin is always the man to beat.
Wow. Perfectly played again. Both players right on, right on
They've
target.
been dead perfect on the shot.
Not one of them has wobbled it. They haven't, have they? Haven't touched one rail. Absolutely fantastic shooting.
We've just jinxed them by saying that. Oh, the good old dreaded commentator's curse.
No. He's going to hit the back of the pocket just like the others have. Listen for that lovely cracking sound. It's the sound that got me into the game in the first place. And it goes again. Absolutely perfect. Well, big pressure now because, well, basically we're in sudden death now. If Alvin misses this,
Alvin cannot afford to miss this.
He is out. He must make this 10 ball. And Alvin's ready to take it before John spied it. Now to reassure himself of the angle once again. And don't forget, folks, we've still got a game to go after this. Well, I don't think I've ever seen that. 8 spot shots in a row, not one has touched a rail. Straight into the pocket.
Here's the graphics showing where the cue ball will be moved back. 1 diamond. The box gets smaller and the shot gets harder.
This one sorts the men out from the boys, George.
We haven't had more than 3 shots at this that I've seen.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll show you how tough it is. So, Jonas once again to go first with 4 all. What a shot again. Wow. I wanted to applaud that one myself.
Yep.
Tremendous accuracy, consistency. Beautiful to watch. Alvin must, of course, now make this.
The young 20-year-old Spaniard is 5 in a row, one from the North Pole. Alvin is 4 in a row and taking his first shot from there.
Pressure on. Keep that head still.
Jonas looking for a tail. He's looking up in the air. Hey.
And in again it goes. And I don't know if you heard that in the background. Somebody was on a practice table and they absolutely crashed the ball into the back of the pocket on the other table. And that really, and it really sort of
made a big
I
noise.
thought if he'd have wobbled it, it's like when somebody miscues. If you're playing on the next table, sometimes it can put you off a little bit.
Shot number 2 from sudden death territory.
Shift over as we do every single.
How you feeling
shot.
at home, folks? You getting ready for this?
I mean, look at the
A
crowds.
little tension?
Wow, again, dead center. This is extraordinary. What's the most you've seen, George?
If Alvin makes this, one more. The third one from sudden death was missed. I forgot who it was too. Was it Chang and somebody in Vegas? Oh, they weren't backing it up then.
No, they weren't backing it up. No. I think that's why they did, because Dennis Grabev made 15-14 against Chang. Do you remember that? Wow. This is unbelievable. It really is. I mean, you know how difficult this is, George.
The focus, the stroke, the mechanics, the fundamentals.
And determination. You know, you've come
The
this far.
nerves.
You've gone all the way through these 2 sets. I mean, we had 14 games which were shared, basically. And now we've got 12 shots that have been shared, 6 all. Oh, and there's our first miss. Well,
He's not lost yet.
no, Alvin still has to make this. If he does, Alvin's through. If he doesn't, we go again.
Mm-hmm.
Have you brought your sandwiches with you, George?
Wow. I don't think he misses this. I think Alvin goes through. But we've seen Alvin play absolutely extraordinary. And then we also saw him miss some shots.
Whatever happens. Whatever happens
here,
Jonas
he's focused.
Great. There's Max in the background. Max stepping up, watching his fellow countrymen, staring at that 10 ball. And in it goes. What a brilliant match. And they have a hug. What a great game that was. And gentlemen, take a bow. We're back next with Fedor Gorst.